What's up, everybody? It's Wapjaw. So this is going to be a post-mortem video for the Cold Snap build that I was playing in Incursion Hardcore. As you can see here, Wabadangyo is currently in Standard League. Now, as for what PK'd me, actually, it was my own fault. There were no damage modifiers on an underground sea, a shaped underground sea that I was doing. It was because of this setup. I had a frost wall and a cast when damage taken setup, and occasionally when I would get hit with damage, it would spam some frost balls out and I would get stuck in one location, and whatever hit me, because there's nothing around me when this happened, but whatever hit me bounced off the walls and hit me multiple times, and that's how I died. Like I just dropped out of nowhere. It was really weird. There were no mobs around me. I was playing with my, my mapping group, and I just died. So I don't even know. But I want to talk about Cold Snap a little bit, just in case someone decides they want to play it. I know it's not very popular right now, but I think honestly people aren't giving it the credit that it deserves. I say that with a lot of builds. It's kind of a frequent theme of mine. So first off, there are some things I would do differently with this build. First off, I would prioritize the 6-link, because a 6-link would be very, very good. You would be able to use Control Destruction or Swift Affliction, depending on your whatever your chest piece was. I would definitely use Control Destruction if I was going for a Val Cold Snap setup, and I would use Swift Affliction if I was going for a more traditional, just a pure Cold Snap setup. And they both have some strengths and weaknesses that I'll try to highlight in this video a little bit. Like I said a couple days ago, you can play this as an occultist as well, but I do believe Trickster kind of edges out occultist a little bit when it comes to overall boss damage. Occultist, really relies on the curses, and this doesn't rely on curses nearly as much. I had a lot of room on my gear, and just to talk about the gear first, I had a lot of room on my gear. You could get a lot more damage out of a weapon than I had on this. I bought this just because I had the attack speed and the cast speed, which you do kind of want those, but you could get like 150+% cold damage, and that would be pretty good. This is only like half of that. And if you get one of the temple items that gives you like a lot of cold damage, you could probably get a well-crafted one that have 250% cold damage, which is quite substantial. Didn't even have a helm enchant, didn't have a boot enchant, didn't have a corruption. I could get +1 frenzy charge here, here, here. Didn't have any damage on a shield. This is actually something I just bought recently because I just dropped Zeal's Amplifier, and yeah, you could get more life on rings. Maybe not so much life on this one slot right here, but you could get faster start of energy shield if you have rings with open prefixes on it. And yeah, the character was honestly pretty good defensively. I think when I died, I don't know, I didn't have any flasks. There was nothing around me, so I just wasn't even expecting any damage, and all of a sudden I got hit really fast and really hard. There's no damage mods on the map either. The one nice thing about this build, just about the passive tree real quick, you do kind of get to a point like around level, I want to say level 90 to 92, where realistically there's not too many things that you need on your passive tree anymore. My passive tree consists mostly of life and damage here and there. You can see over here I picked up the attack and cast speed nodes, but that's just because the cast speed is really important for Cold Snap, and then the attack speed is really important for shield charge. But with that said, I actually did unspec out of the skill duration nodes over here. After I died, I did do some guardians and shaper kills just to check how it would work out, and shocker, it worked perfectly fine to some standards. But I dropped these nodes, and I dropped this fire resist node I had over here. That's what put me close to LE weakness capped. but I dropped those nodes and grabbed acrobatics over here. You could potentially do this. You would just lose, 30% of your ES, and I think that's a pretty big judgment call. It would definitely keep you safe, a lot safer, especially once you get some better gear, because I think you could still get like 2,500, maybe even 3k ES with some really good gear if you have acrobatics. And then obviously phase acrobatics. All of this would be really, really good. Let's see. Oh, about the ascendancy. I do believe that eventually I would have dropped Swift Killer for Escape Artist as well, just to give me more evasion and to give me some damage reduction when I haven't been hit recently, which honestly that would pair pretty well with going phase acrobatics and acrobatics, because you just have so much avoidance and you have a pretty hefty bit of effective health. Like here we still have over 8k, and this could definitely be better on both the life and the ES, even with acrobatics. Was there anything else I really want to say about this? As for how I did prioritize things, what I did initially, my first thought process for Incursion League was to get 5 leaks like this and then corrupt them and hopefully get plus to level of AoE gems and +1 gems, and get a really good skill gem corruption for Cold Snap. But one, you don't really get those corruption rooms very often. And then you don't, I don't know, there's not a lot of chess pieces that realistically you can do it to. So what I would do at this point, which I might level another one. I'm going to be leveling a Fire Trap character next, but I'm going to return back to this because I want to get some boss kills, and it definitely works, and it could be a lot better. But what I would prioritize is I would prioritize a 6 link first. I would prioritize a 6 link over getting a level 21 Val Cold Snap, for example. I would then try to get a 6 link Shaper chest with +1 active skill gems. Then I would probably try to get a 21 Cold Snap. And then from there on out, we'd figure everything else out. As for Val Cold Snap versus Cold Snap, Val Cold Snap, I think, should honestly just be used for the utility of bossing. Only as a way to generate frenzy charges and dealing substantial damage at certain times. Another thing too is during certain encounters, especially if you watch that Shaper video, I feel like I really should have used Val Cold Snap during the ad phase, and I could have definitely moved some skills around to get things like Decoy Totem or just anything else that would have helped me a little bit. I messed up a little bit on most of the encounters because I just don't really do those fights that often, but I plan on taking them on quite a bit from here on out. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Cold Snap, pretty good, operated pretty well. It got better as I worked on it. I went through multiple iterations, and yeah, let me know what you think in the comments down below. I have a 3-year-old pounding on my door for some reason, and no one's stopping him. All right, see you guys later. Oh yeah, one last thing. I would definitely really try to get a Soul Ripper in order to maximize Cold Snap's bossing potential, because you could use that as a way to help transition, high health bosses. I'll try to get an Elder kill in Standard in the next couple days as well. I'm trying to get that sorted. Anyway, yeah, again, see you guys later.